Oh, nice. Right.
No,
I got you.
love being with you.
Good evening, Isaac. Isaac, the old life protection system seems to be in place still. And if I would give it a voice in a picture, it would scream, "You damn idiot, feet! You done a new organization in the nervous system now." And my job is to really keep you from death. And we have to go to freeze and into freeze mode and into anger. That's the impression here. Maybe we can find some vibration or so. Who are you? Say again, please. Who are you? Me? But this I am. Laughter. Noticing. So what's the interest? To improve the nervous system or to fix something or to change something? What's the interest? Yeah. Okay. That's a habit to change, to want, to to believe in improvement, to believe in we can get to somewhere I can go to, I can achieve something. Mm-hmm. High cost. Yeah. Yeah. So, thank you. Thank you.
Breathe.
Hi, Isaac.
Hello. How to describe it?
My primary experience is of emptiness, or
Yeah, being.
there's other peripheral stuff, but it's not touching that emptiness or beingness.
Yeah. It's exquisite for me to rest like this. It's just nectar.
You know, I've had um, an upset in relationship, which is currently in limbo, and it's been fascinating to watch the existential quality of the sensations that arise in waves, even though intellectually I can say, well, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, or whether it will go one way or another. And I can say that, but still there's something in the system that reacts in that way. And it reinforces this sense of a personal self that doesn't want something or is afraid of something. And it's so interesting to then just bring beingness to that. It just dissolves. And so it's been a fascinating experience, actually.
Yeah,
So, well, I don't know how it will play out, but it's
we never know.
we never know. We never know. And I guess I am curious as to that you know, is it possible to see through that mechanism, which, like, why does it react in a way that reinforces the personal self? Is it just in relation to thought that you're not even aware that you're thinking, or like what? And is the answer just to keep going back into beingness, or do we need to see through that mechanism? I've just been reflecting on
Look,
this.
the way we've been conditioned is that there's a me relating to a you. But if we look deeper, we don't have a clue who me is, and we don't have a clue who you is.
Mm.
So there's a way you could say that there's been a conditioning with a huge amount of momentum. Personal self to personal self, rather than being to being. That, you know, recognizing that the gift that we have to give is to actually be with beingness, not to be with someone, a projection of someone. But that hasn't been, you could say, how we've been conditioned. It's been like there's a me and there's a you, and the patterns that play in you or you, and the patterns that play in me and me, and just beingness relating to beingness. So it keeps, you know, doing a dance around patterns. And to me, that's an error. It's just like getting our sense of self from what we think somebody else thinks. Oh, it's like, you know, it's like, whoa, how did that happen? You know, it's like, and it's just like, you know, giving of attention, beingness to beingness. It's a heart prayer. I don't know whether it's like something you can't. It's just, it's something else. It's not. It's not about projecting a future or some. It's just love making love, you know. But it's not. It's there's no I love you. It's just love, loving love. It's just. A prayer, a heart prayer. I don't know what, you know, what poetry to use for it, because it's not. You know, it seems so many times how an unconscious automatic pattern will come up, and it'll play in a way, and then it'll touch an automatic unconscious pattern, and the patterns play with each other. But there's nobody there. It's just a dance.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing feels crazy, like such a existential reaction to the loss of an imagined future that is just a fantasy,
Yeah.
and dynamics that are just unconsciously playing out that don't even seem to have any relationship to who I am or to who the other person is.
Exactly. So
what to do?
yeah,
Just rest, I guess.
just rest. I mean, you speak it beautifully. It's just noticing of a momentum of older information that wants to pull attention to itself.
Mm.
And with the idea of solving something or fixing something, but really it's not. It's just it's illusion. It's not actually what we our nature is to be. And in a way of speaking, it's game over. And it's just because there's nowhere to get. There's no one to get there. There's no measuring by any conventional anything. It's just yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Are you happy? Don't know who it is that would be happy. I'm that in which happiness appears, and it's more like that. It's
Mm. Thank you. Thank you.
well, beautiful inquiry.
Mm. Mm.
And just for fun, playing to gallery view for one moment and see if that resonated with anybody, or if it made any sense to anybody. Cool. Beautiful. Yeah. So Angelina.
Good evening.
Hi.
How would you describe what is actually happening? I mean, there are two apparent nervous systems, or there are two nervous systems, and by looking at each other, why does one nervous system gets thrown in a completely different or in a vast space by looking at, I say now, Isaac rather than someone else? I'm just fascinated by this. What is happening there?
I know that there is no separation. There never has been and never can be. And I know that our sense of self and the sense of the moment and the universe and time, space, all of that is dependent on our habit of attention. Resting together and like I'd say most of us are conditioned to give attention to the character that we see, we think we see. Whereas, like, somehow in me, the interest is the awareness, not the character. You know, the character,
Yeah,
I
but
can see the patterns that show up as a character, but I'm not interested in them. I'm interested in and so I guess that becomes an invitation for our attention to just rest with who we actually are. And in that, the attention gets, like vast and omnipresent, omnipotent. It's like, it's resting in our deepest knowing, I would say, something like that.
may I say something?
Of course.
Nevertheless, I mean, I think I grasped what you said about that we are not separate. But on the same time, why does this nervous system, even if it knows it's not separate, cannot, I mean, for me, I would say you're the portal, but the doors are so, wide open. I can just, it sucks me in. But if I face somebody else, although I know that I could get into the same state, but it doesn't work. I mean, all the time.
Yeah, so it's like, to me, it's just a question of the habit of attention. That's all. It's just, it's not more.
Okay.
And so it's like when we come together like this, we have come together with this interest. Like I spent the day today with a guy on a machine digging out roots and making a whole different conversation. Very, I mean, fun to be in a practical mode of just, okay, so we're using this machine that can do the work of 100 men in 10 minutes. It's like it's and we're there for that, that project. We're not there for this. Although it's funny, this guy years ago, he was doing work with me on one of, in Australia they call it a smoker, where you stop to have a coffee or something. We were sitting and we had a conversation like this, and he dropped in, and so he's always, somehow we've had that connection since then. But when we're in a practical mode, we're just there. We're there for the practical thing, not for exploring this. But it's such a mellow, easy flow, because there's also no personality that gets in the way of just the practicality. It's great. I like it a lot.
Mhm. What if we would choose the word energy rather than the appearance of a human being, the apparent appearance of a human being, an energy that is located in space, which is not separate, but it's still, it's like it's a wind or whatever. It's still located in.
All of that would
Dense.
relate to the habit of attention. If there was any resonance in me of wanting to teach or improve, or it wouldn't be the same thing. It would have, the field would be there'd be an agenda in it. It would be, wouldn't just be a portal. It wouldn't just be an invitation. It'd be something else.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Rishi.
I would like to ask a question about sensations of this body. In my experience in the last few days, on one hand, the body is very tired, and I try to say yes to that tiredness. And also there's mind, want to achieve something about go to gym, make a workout with heavy weight. And when I go with this thought, I have the experience that dopamine rushes in my brain and I feel, wow, very good. And my day turns into, seems like more power. So maybe you can say something about how to be with this body mind in a case like this.
to me, it's never about like a how-to manual. It's like there's life happening, and then there's this idea of and doing exercise, and there's the inertia of not wanting to go exercise, and that play, like, well, am I going to go? Am I not going to go? Shall I rest? It's like somehow you're just in that, watching that movie and seeing it. It either decides to go or it decides not to go. It's like, I don't even know how that happens. It's like one day it'll be this, another day it'll be exactly the opposite. And I don't know if there's a way to navigate that. It's just there's a knowing. Actually, when exercising happens, something enjoys that. The body seems to appreciate being moved, and there's also resistance to. Some days there's resistance, some days it's not, it just does it.
Just gently noticing for a moment.
It's just a moment. There's no special way to be with nothing. It's yeah.
I'm already for days, I'm very sick. Like, yeah, the fever and headaches, like major headaches. It's like, yeah, and the body goes, of course, like crazy over it. I know that I shouldn't do anything, and but yeah. I'm not sure if something comes up for you. Not to
No,
solve it.
no, it's worth just looking
Yeah.
at how we've been conditioned around the body going through cycles. The body does go through cycles, and every once in a while it cleanses itself. It does you could call it in some systems we consider that being sick, and others we can, other systems look at it as a healing crisis, or the body doing a healthy response, you could say, to what it needs to do. So, and it's interesting to just look at the different ways of how we look at that. We're living in a world with chemtrails and chemicals, and even if you live, like, and do yoga for hours, there's just so much that our bodies are subjected to. Wi-Fi and 5G, and I mean, it's just endless. And so our bodies are adjusting to it and finding the best is just to keep quiet. It's like, obviously, if there's something you can do to support the process, whatever it is. But for me, it's worth just looking at this idea of sickness and health and what that all means. It's just like,
Yeah, especially that idea that something is wrong is, of course, very uncomfortable.
yeah.
So that makes a big difference if and I know it's true. Like sometimes there's just a rewiring going on, and then it feels very different because now I feel like, oh, I have done something wrong, and
Yeah. So that's why I say it's worth you just exploring it, because that just doesn't help for sure, looking through that lens.
yeah.
I mean, when I look at you, your body looks vital, it looks alive. It's
I have a little bit. I have like a little bit of a fever, but
yes, it's even good. I mean, again, it's like they have their place, yeah.
yeah, it's yeah, and actually also like it comes and goes. Like sometimes it's, and especially when I try to just do the things that I all want to do in a day, then yeah, the body just doesn't want to do it, and it's very difficult not to do it. And if I do it, then I get very sick. But if I just sit still, it's okay, but it's very difficult for me. Yeah.
So you have feeling sick or sitting still, and it's difficult. I don't know.
And is because my dad is dying, and so obviously at some point I want to go there.
Yeah.
So it's also interesting that it comes at the same time, because it started actually when I got that message.
Yeah, so there's a clue there.
Yeah.
Just an opportunity to keep quiet. Don't have to figure it out. Don't have to do anything.
Yeah, and it is really, I think, also showing me like how strong certain patterns of this system are, like about
Mm.
needing to exercise, like, and needing to what it needs to do to, yeah, all that stuff, and how scary it feels to let that go, kind of.
Mm.
Yeah.
And yet how healthy it is.
Yeah. And obviously it shows. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, but it's to because it is related to, you have to do those things to keep in shape, and but it's very unhealthy.
Whenever it becomes obsessive, it's not healthy.
No.
So there's a balance. And so it's just the best chance of seeing what's going on is to keep quiet.
It helps to sit together. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I wish you that an easy transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that also for you integrating that movement. Barbara. Hey, Barbara.
I thought I made it. No.
Maybe you did. You got it.
There's at least a little bit waiting that the excitement goes away, but it's not so important.
Yeah.
But it's there, like, yeah.
That's all.
Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you. What to? I said to.
Hello, beloved Isaac.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Lots of love.
Thank you. And to you.
Thank you.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Hello. Mm.
Mm. Mm. That was a beautiful conversation you had with what's her name? Angela? Uh, Angela, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
No, she was asking you this question like, what is happening when we sit together, you can say. And it was so beautiful to hear from your side that you are just that is really where your attention is. This uh, how to say? I just could see when you were talking with her, like when we are here together in the sangha, and it seems like you have all these persons who are in the sangha because I was on gallery view, and then you just see, oh, this is all different forms who has all these different programs, and in a way it's all the same. It's just
It's all the
forms.
same. Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is just when you meet people. When I meet people, I just see, oh, it's all different programs, and here is a program also, my own program.
And even to say it's mine, we just find it.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
like in spiritual terms, they say, like, you take gold and you can turn it into a cup or a ring or a candle holder or jewelry or whatever, but it's all gold.
Yeah.
Different forms, but it's ultimately, and so here we have all these different expressions of life, from rocks to trees to birds to ants to, and it's like all made up of something you can't even say. We say atoms, but then deeper than that, it's just energy. It's just like
wow.
And it's like
it's amazing.
It's amazing. And then you look at the patterns that play in these human expressions, and we check how many people know this pattern. Almost everybody. How many of you thought it was personal, or how many of you can see it? Actually, it's just different variations in a certain sense, but the same.
Yeah. And it's the same with when you were talking about relating, these patterns, and another woman was talking about relation, and wow, it's also amazing. And so it's getting more clear and clear. It's really where the attention is, how to meet.
Absolutely.
How to meet, or to maybe to see through all this and to see what's
that which it's all appearing in, which you can't even say what that is.
You can't even say what that is.
You can call it consciousness or awareness or or a great intelligence or God or Brahma. I mean, whatever word you want to give for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lucy.
Hi.
Hey. Oh, my. Hi.
Hi, Isaac. I just want to share my gratitude for for this opportunity to come into stillness. Mm. Mm. I'm just looking at the awareness of all what's going on always. Mm. Mm. And just be aware of my own awareness. And, yeah. Mm. What a beautiful
Simple, direct invitation.
yeah. Mm. Just very touched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Oh, what you don't? There you go.
Just for a moment, has been said, and the question how to rest as this beauty is just a thought, of course. And it's seen through, and no one has this thought, and so on and so on.
And
Yet,
what's left?
yeah, noticing,
Yeah.
seeing through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yet, there is a momentum to raise this hand and come to dialogue. And how how did it play in your life when there was a real realization you are this, you are all, you are aware.
It's always only moment by moment.
It's moment by moment.
That's all. You can't. Anything else is just making something up out of nothing.
Yeah. And this is also nonsense. Can there be some supportive surrounding on whatever level? It's not. This was a question.
Yeah.
Sit in a cave in the Himalayas, in the jungle, I don't know.
The wrestling with what looks like others that have a common interest is one of the best supports there is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For something that's supportless, it doesn't need support.
Say again, please.
For something that is supportless, that doesn't need support, actually.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Angelia.
Just hello, Isaac again. Just two words came, which are absolute and relative. And my question to you is, you are talking from the absolute point of view.
There's no difference.
Hold on a minute. They are one. They are one. They are one, I know. But from the relative is embedded in time and space. And then comes the word evolution for me. Whereas in absolute, it doesn't exist there. Although they're not separate, they coexist simultaneously. Is that correct?
You know, it's like a dream happens, and you can say it feels and seems real during the dream, and then you wake up and you say it was a dream.
Yeah, I agree. But
yeah, so you can't then say the dream was relative or absolute. It's just a dream. It's just
says you're talking from the absolute.
No, a dream is a dream.
Okay, I got it. Or I don't know. It's not important. Okay,
Sure.
thank you.
Thanks. It's like an upset happens and it seems so important, and then a few moments later you're laughing and you go, what was that? Did it even exist? It's just like, and in the moment of the upset, it seems so important, right? And when it's gone, you go, what, who was that? What was that? Came out of nowhere, it returns to nowhere. Berta, where you in your hand? Oh, then you disappeared. Oh, there you are. You raise your hand? Berta, there's a little red button on the bottom left of your screen if you want to talk. Hi. Okay. Tina, thank you for hosting. Thank you, beloveds. Love, peace, beauty. Yeah.